I'm Meaghan Chitwood, and welcome back to From Overlooked to Consistently Booked, where we have real conversations with real professionals. This month, we have been talking about the customer journey and how an exceptional experience shapes referral partner confidence with my sister, Dr. Eleanor Murray of Madison Gynecology and Wellness. 4.5 years ago, we talked about, you said, we've got to make a change. We created the business plan to figure all of that out. I was very proud that your banker said that I did very amazing financials, because that's actually not my strength, believe it or not, but I faked it till I made it.
Boy, did you.
And then the real estate that had to come together. And I mean, it wasn't an easy task.
No, it was terrifying.
So talk about why it was terrifying and how it was terrifying.
Well, I didn't really have a choice. And that's probably how a lot of people start things that they're not sure of. I knew I couldn't deliver babies the way I was delivering them, or the way I felt like it wasn't as good as I could do for various reasons. And so I said, I need to get something that I can control and do as well as I've worked so hard to get good at.
Yeah.
Which ended up being the gynecology. And I knew I had no business class ever been taken by me. But again, I had to do it.
Yeah.
You don't stay at my practice. And so you take this plunge, but I think if you believe and you just really sit down and focus on it and do what you've learned from the trade you're in, you can do it your way. And often it's better than you expect.
Yeah. It's interesting because Jason Sanders, he really said the same thing. I didn't have a choice. And I think that's the thing that can really easily push us off the ledge of like, oh, well, here we go. Ultimately taking the plunge. But you learned a ton through that, because you were going to build a building, you were going to buy a piece of land, you were going to do this. You also had amazing team members around you that really, I think, wanted to see you succeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did.
Jim Kaplan, we fondly called Cappy, and the family.
Yes. William Stroud helped me significantly.
Yes.
With some real estate. I was very blessed by some of those relationships. But I also think when people want to do something and you can see the passion in their eyes, people want to help people do those things. And that's what I didn't expect in those relationships. Actually, I didn't expect people to see how much I wanted to, make a difference for women, but do it differently. And that's very much a blessing.
Well, and another funny story with Jim Kaplan talking about how our family rallied around what you wanted, right?
Yes.
I wasn't the only sister that jumped in.
No. And the way we just give each other money has blown people's minds.
It's really
blown people's minds. But you can't go. It just doesn't make any of us happy. Yeah. Mom and Dad taught us that. So you need it right now. You can have it. Give it back to me later. But that shocked me, the way other families are. But I just feel blessed by that too.
Yeah.
Just in
case Sean is listening, I did not secretly
give
any money. Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. The Bank of
But
Chitwood.
She gave in 1,000 other ways, but he noticed those ways.
He does know those ways.
Yes. He probably wished he wrote me a check.
No, he does. He definitely does. It's a really wild industry, medicine in general. And it was just recently where I was like, you know what? I'm not built for this, because the energy it takes, I don't know if you know, the energy it takes to get a patient all the way through the process and back out with time. Because it's 10-minute segments.
It feels that way. Let me say it this way. It's rarely a 10-minute visit, but you schedule that way because someone's going to struggle to go to the bathroom. We don't have appointments. We don't have flow, in my opinion, like any other industry.
No.
But that's what makes it so challenging and so unpredictable.
Yes.
And why our schedules are difficult to master.
Yeah.
We never know if sweet grandma is going to be in the bathroom for 25 minutes. I can be in the bathroom for 25 minutes, scared, needing a specimen and just not being able to do so. Nothing's predictable.
Yeah.
And it takes a special group of people to understand that. And it takes patience, hopefully patience from patients to understand that also.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And from my experience of coming in, where I started in manufacturing, and I was like, we are going to control this entire process.
Impossible.
And it is absolutely impossible. And you're absolutely right. Exhausting to be able to live. And you're right. I think it's built for certain people. You think so differently than I think. You think short term, what do we got to do right this minute? And I think what is this going to look like in a year, 2 years
But
if
the
we do this
person,
today?
but the person in front of me is there that day.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't even know how you can think long term.
It doesn't work.
I mean,
I've
what do
tried.
you have to think about?
Well,
Long
I've
term,
tried.
right?
I'm like, well, and do this then. And then there's been wrenches every step of the way. It's really a moving target.
I think one of the things that's been really interesting in watching you also is that you have accepted that, whereas some, kind of in scheduling as an example, right? Sometimes people try and control every moment. You're literally like,
oh, I learned that year one.
Yeah.
Don't look at your schedule in advance. It won't be what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Wait till the patient's in the room ready to be seen and do your job.
Hope for the best.
Precisely.
Yeah. Yeah. What advice would you give someone who has decided I got to jump in and do my own thing because I don't have a choice?
In medicine?
In anything.
Get a good group around you. Make sure you have a family like mine to catch you when you fall and pinch it in various ways. Just kidding. Do what makes you happy. Usually if it's your passion, it works out if you find the right people for your deficits.
I think it's really hard to look at the whole medical industry. Like you said an episode or two ago of, it's a broken system, and it's hard, I think it's hard to keep the mindset that you've kept over the years.
The people I'm trying to serve just don't have insight into this. How would they understand what we're up against? Sadly, you're a doctor, so you make all this money and everyone does this and that for you. It's really not that way. We're very much servants, it's a trade.
Yeah.
I'm like a mechanic for a woman.
Yeah, you really are. I got to, when I remember sitting back going like, whoa, a doctor never actually really has a business unless they do something outside of what they went to residency for. Because you don't show up, you don't get paid. You're self-employed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the ability to come together and help ourselves.
Yeah.
We're contractors. So we can't unionize. We just go to the hospital, do our job, hope they treat us nicely, even though every order we give is how they're open. And then beg insurance companies for whatever they give us.
Yeah.
For what we did.
It's interesting. I know the answer to this question, but I'm asking anyway. Would you recommend your children go into medicine?
Absolutely not. Sadly, because I think they have hearts like mine and they would love to do it.
Yeah.
I can't recommend.
Yeah. It is really hard for empathetic people who just want to help others.
Well, I think it changes you because of the battles you take on to do it, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Training changes you, 80 to 100 hours a week. It's inhumane.
Yeah.
And so you have to hold on to what you did it for.
I remember you were going into your junior year of high school. We were filling out your application for ASMS, I think. And you were talking all about being a doctor. Like that's what you were going to do. Period. End of story. That's what I've just known about you. Like period. End of story. You were going to always be a doctor. I remember also Dad saying you get 4 years only, and you decided to major in biology. Was it biology?
And chemistry. But
yeah.
You
biology
can't do anything with that.
Correct. And I said, what's your backup plan if you don't get into medical school?
I didn't want one.
Yep. You were going to get into
medical school. Because I wanted to do it.
So if you had it to do all over again, what would you do differently?
I think painfully I'd do it again. That's
good to hear.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's a self-sacrifice that is awful sometimes. I just think the body's fascinating. So to make good grades, I need to be interested. You can see what I was interested in. Straight A's, 100%, or that's how my brain is. So
you got out of OB hoping that gynecology only was going to be like the most awesome thing ever. Has it turned out to be that way?
It has. The parts that I didn't expect are, I didn't realize the relationships that I built during obstetrics, which is silly because you just see them so much. So I do notice when it's a patient that I delivered their baby and they're in the room, I do feel like a little more giddy. I'm like, hello, how are you?
That is true because OB, how many times do you see it? Feels like a
tons.
million
times.
Tons.
You really get to know them. And I think actually some of the staff that came with me, I think that was a hard part for them. It's just, wait, I'm not building the relationships I was building with pregnancy visits because we'd see them so much and we know they were going on vacation. We'd ask how it went. It became kind of friends, really.
Yeah. So what are some things that you're doing to just like continue to fight the good fight and take care of yourself?
Take care of myself? Weakness.
Taking care of yourself is a weakness.
Very much a weakness.
I mean, because you're pouring out to everyone so much throughout the entire day.
Sometimes, but I mean that I can walk away for that feeling really good sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
So, what are some things you think you could do to help prioritize yourself more and refill your cup as you empty it for other people on a regular basis?
I've never done that. I mean, well, that's the problem with
I'm
medicine.
laughing. So let me tell you why I'm laughing. Because 2 days ago, I was talking about like, I feel like I have idle hands and what am I going to do with my idle hands? And somebody looked at me and says, do you have a hobby? And I was just like, what? A hobby? No, I don't have a hobby. Like, and on top of it, I've been trying for a month to figure out what my hobby would be if I did have a hobby. So that's why I laugh at.
That sounds like a stressor. See there? You don't need a hobby.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel about things like that. I'm not going to stress myself out to find a hobby. But I think it started with, I mean, it just changes you. You go to medical school, you study all the time, you get a residency, you work 100 hours a week. They document 80 of it just so they don't get sued. And then your life goes on from there. So it feels strange.
Yeah.
To slow down to kind of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It feels uncomfortable. So I don't do it.
So what do you do? What do you do for fun?
I mean, I really want to go out. I like to dance. I wouldn't mind going out of town where no one knows me and dancing.
That is another.
But that sounds hard and difficult, and I won't do it.
Well, that's another interesting thing because you are kind of like a mayor. How many babies have you probably delivered?
I don't even know, Meaghan.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many that I mean, people are walking up to you in the grocery store and the this and the that, and it's you have to go out of town to be able to go dance because you'll run into a patient.
I'm not a superstar, but you do try and care. I mean, you have to trust them. That's my challenge. Is I have to be trusted to do a surgery on them.
Yeah,
I can't go out to a bar here and dance like I like to dance, or you won't let me take care of you. There's a stereotype of what a doctor should be, and so I do my best. I'm not good at it, but I do my best, or I avoid so that I don't. It takes 20 years to build a reputation. It takes minutes to ruin it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We recently went to a wedding and there was another doctor there and we danced.
I drank just enough to overcome that stress
of the doctor being there. Oh, we danced and we danced.
He said something to me later.
I know.
And that was incredibly awkward. So then I learned my lesson. That's why I'm going to dance out of town.
So that is really true.
I mean, I don't care what
there was nothing inappropriate. No. There wasn't. That's why it was.
It's a stereotype.
It's a stereotype. I guess
I should not dance.
Or you should not have fun. I think it's more
I probably shouldn't dance the way I dance, which is the whole entire song and in all ways I want to and whatever.
I think you have to care about how people respond. I mean, I think you said
I care about my reputation. I can't say I care what that person, this human thinks of me. That's not it. It's just, again, it's social media. It's very sad to me. It's unfair to all of us that things like that can go out there that aren't always fair in someone's opinion. So I just have to tread lightly, in my opinion, because I don't want the bad impression because I don't think I deserve that. So I don't want to get that and then be frustrated by that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is interesting. I share that experience too as BNI executive director. I'm not delivering babies, but what happens if I run into somebody where they're expecting me to be 100% professional?
Yeah, I'm disappointed that that's how we feel.
Yeah.
But it's the way it is.
It's so sad that that's kind of how both of us actually respond.
I feel terrible for superstars, true superstars.
Yeah.
That's got to be a miserable life.
Yeah.
I feel this much of it and their life is centered on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do have no envy for people who are famous.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone once said, what other people think of you is not your business. That they will love that you are human, but you were right. In building a personal brand, it can be torn down in 5 minutes if someone sees something that they don't see.
Especially in if I portray myself as someone who, wouldn't have the skill set that I have in the ways I behave. You have to trust, and I can't lose trust.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I know it wasn't super duper comfortable for you.
Are we on TV? Are you sincerely saying that?
Well, they might use it. They might not use it.
Okay. So we're done now? I'm done?
Yeah, let me do the outro and then we're
Okay.
done. All right. Thanks for tuning in to this week's From Overlooked to Consistently Booked. This month has been amazing spending time with my sister, Dr. Eleanor Murray, and I'm so glad that you chose to spend some of that time with us as well. If you like real conversations like this, please like and subscribe to the channel and drop us a comment below on something you would like us to dig into.